No!
Welcome, everyone, to the Class Cast, Episode 1. I am your cornball, Matrix Lord 212. I'm with Louie. What's up, Louie?
Oh, I'm back!
Oh, God.
Okay. What's up, Connor?
Hello.
All right. So, it turns out that I was very wrong about Class because I really thought it was amazing. It was awesome. And I think it's going to be around for many years to come. So, my bad on that one. Patrick Ness is amazing writer, showrunner. The first episode really is kind of like Torchwood and Sarah Jane mixed together, I guess, with a little bit of Doctor Who. Go ahead, Connor.
It's like 60% Torchwood, 40% Sarah Jane.
Right. A little bit of seasoning with Doctor Who there.
Yes.
Very little, though. You know, and not to give any spoilers. I mean, we are going to give spoilers, but I think the crowning achievement was when Ram's girlfriend got killed instantly by the Shadow King, which I wasn't.
That was very shocking. I think the standout moment, though, was when Peter Capaldi entered.
I disagree with all of that, actually.
I got to say, I don't agree with that either because I was actually annoyed a little bit that the Doctor had as big a part as he did because, again, I know it's a Doctor Who spinoff, but it's really supposed to be the focus of Class promoting them rather than have the Doctor save the day, you know? So I kind of was like, oh, you know.
Well, it was him that saved the day.
Well, to be honest, if you think about it, it was more Tanya that saved the day, and he was just in the background.
Yes.
I would say that his girlfriend being killed was like a brilliant, like shocking moment, although it was kind of obvious when you knew someone was going to die. Oh, it must be that.
Yeah.
But that's just us looking into it because we're fans. But the thing that ruined it for me was the effect of her death. The CGI of it was really cringy. She kind of just became like a still shot, and then she just kind of vaporized. That's my main problem with this episode is the CGI.
Wait, you don't like Class?
No, I do like Class. It's just I've got there's good with bad. You have to take.
Okay.
It's negative. It's not like 10 out of 10 perfect, but I think I'm a massive fan of Class. And I think it's doing really well. But that's my only nitpick for episode 1 is the CGI.
I wasn't really too thrilled about the cracks. Not exactly the same cracks, but kind of like the same concept almost. In Coal Hill, they're trying to do like a Torchwood with the rift.
But it is basically
in Cardiff type of thing.
It's Torchwood set in Coal Hill School, but with teenagers.
Yeah, but I mean that the rift in Torchwood, they have their own little rift, but it's not a rift. It's a crack in time or whatever the heck. It's the same concept.
It's space.
Yeah, distortions in space and time. Yes. Well, again, what's that?
I said it's pretty much an anomaly. It's a rip in the fabric of time and space.
But not primeval, no.
No. It's not a spin-off.
Yes. Right. Exactly. But again, I enjoy. I think the characters are pretty cool. I like Ram. He's cool. I like Tanya. You know, her mother's cool. Like, you don't want her involved with anybody. I like April was probably like the main. I saw April as sort of like the main character of all of them because of the Shadow King having his heart with her heart melded. So she's probably like the main thing of the show, I thought. But that's not necessarily the case. It's Miss Quill and Charlie, I guess. They're the main. But I enjoyed actually episode 2 more than 1. But we'll get into that next time.
I agree with that.
But again, I think that, look, they're giving a budget as the series improves ratings and everything, just like Doctor Who, they will get more money to make it better looking. Okay? I mean, you know, we had like an eye in the sky type of thing almost. I mean, with certain things we saw in the episode. But not quite that. But I'm just saying that I don't like the cracks. That thing is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. But other than that, I'm overlooking it because I feel, okay, this has a chance to be on air when Doctor Who's not on air. In fact, if Doctor Who gets canceled, this probably, which I'm hoping it never does, but if it did, this would probably still be on. And the only reason I say that about Doctor Who is because if they keep giving us 1 episode a year, we're going to have a problem after a while. So I am looking forward to watching Class for many years to come. I think that's what's going to happen. What do you say, Colin?
There'll be definitely more than 1 series. There'll probably be about maybe 3, and then they'll call it a day. The episode itself, I preferred 2 to 1 because 2 was more action-packed. What I liked about the first episode was that it established a villain that will... Well, I think, like Louie, I was talking to Louie yesterday, and he said it won't take up... He doesn't think, as do I, that the Shadow Kin will be in it until episode 8. I think there's something more to the villain sort of thing than just the Shadow Kin. I think they're like in it for half a series, and then they'll probably like April or something will kill the Karakanus, whatever his name is, and then that'll be the end of the Shadow Kin threat. Then I think it's got something to do with what we saw at the end of episode 2 with the governors, and it might link in with Ian Chesterton. I don't know, but I think that's probably what the season's going to end on. But as an opening episode, I thought it was actually quite good.
Louis?
Yeah, I agree with Connor. I really enjoyed this episode. I wouldn't say it's perfect. It has a few teething problems, but that's what you've got to expect from a show. It's the first episode. It really reminded me of the Sarah Jane Adventures. I came into it thinking, it's going to be a lot more like Torchwood with the same setting as Sarah Jane. But in general, it just reminded me of the Sarah Jane Adventures, which is a good thing. I really love the Sarah Jane Adventures. It's not as good as the Sarah Jane Adventures, but that's a bit unfair to say because it's only been 3 episodes in. I really like the characters, although some of them are a bit cliche, but the way they're written, it's not a problem, it's not a big deal.
Right.
My favourite character so far should be Tanya. I think she's the most entertaining character, the character I relate to most. April, I'm really liking this episode. I feel really sorry for her in this episode because she's got no date for prom, no one's going to help her set up the prom, and you kind of see her story begin here. Ram, I didn't really like Ram in this episode. I thought he was a bit of a cock. He was really cocky, and I was really happy. Wow. I thought that was the most shocking moment, actually, when his leg was cut off. I did laugh at that because I thought he deserved it. His girlfriend dying made me laugh as well because, yeah, she was annoying. I'm glad she's gone.
Wow. God.
Miss Quill was the standout character, although I think she might be developing a bit of a problem where she's becoming like a character that just spouts quotes. She doesn't really... Because at the minute she's just saying quotable things, although I really do enjoy her, and I think Catherine Kelly gives a fantastic performance. I think there might be a bit of danger in the future that she's just going to become a walking quote machine, a bit like Clara became in Series 9, but the difference with Clara is she was a very unlikable character, whereas Miss Quill is a very likable character, so we'll have to see where that goes.
Well, I don't agree with that thing, but that's a Doctor Who subject. But Miss Quill,
I'm just saying, like, Charlie...
Yeah.
Really interesting character. He's an alien, he's a prince, but I think in future episodes, in this episode as well, he kind of fades away. Like, we're not getting a lot of Charlie. I think we need to delve into his story a bit more, give him a bit of character.
Yeah, of all the characters, I think I like him the least.
Yeah, same.
Because to me, he's like boring.
He doesn't.
And all right, on a throne, that's nice, but he's not really doing anything with his kingdom.
He's interesting.
And it's like she's saving his butt all the time, like Miss Quill. So it's just, I mean, he's not a warrior. I mean, like at least Ram is going after people, but like he's
adventures.
He's like a spoiled brat type of thing that had everything handed to him properly.
He reminds me of Luke Smith. He's like a very intelligent alien, although Luke wasn't an alien; he was a clone. But he doesn't really understand society like Luke Smith, and it's kind of just like, yeah, I've been here, done that before, but okay, you're here for the ride, let's go with it. His boyfriend, Mateus, I think it is, he's a really interesting character, but again, he's hardly in it.
I don't like his character, he's kind of boring to me, but
but I'd like to see a bit more development because I think he brings out an interesting side to Charlie's character. But we need to see more interaction because at the minute Charlie's just interacting with Miss Quill, Mateus, and April. We haven't really
What?
seen Ram or
Yeah.
Ram or Tanya that much. But yeah, I really like the cast. The Shadowkin. As the villains themselves, they're very interesting villains. When I first saw them, I thought, oh, they're just like the Pyrovils from Series 4, Episode 2, Fires of Pompeii, mixed with the Vashnarada. I don't really get what their whole thing is. Like, what I take it they live in the shadows, but I don't really get what, like, their scare factor is. Is it that they, like...
I don't understand how they could kill people like no problem, and then when the doctor comes in there, they don't even attempt to go after him.
Bit of a plot hole, but I do like the Shadowkin. I thought the shot that really won me over for the Shadowkin was when they're coming through the rift and Miss Quill and Charlie kind of back up into the guy and you saw like a big army marching through. I thought that was a cool image. Killian, whatever his name is, the crusty burnt guy who's the main villain, has April's heart. He's a really interesting character, I think. I think it's cool.
See, the way I see it with the Shadow King, they're like the Daleks. They're their first villain, so they ain't gonna go away ever, as far as I'm concerned. I think they're always gonna be around.
I know we've got the two-parter coming up with the minute, and I think that's the last time we'll see them in this series. But if Class does get a second series, which I'm 100%, I think it's pretty much confirmed now.
I thought it was already renewed for a second series.
It's not been confirmed as yet, but they're talking about series 2. And I think it will. I think it'll be like the Slevine for the Sarah Jane Adventures. I don't know if you saw the Sarah Jane Adventures, but Slevine became a recurring villain. They were the first big villain, and the same with the Bane. I think the Shadow King will be coming back, but I don't think they'll be coming back after episode 4 and 5 this series. I think, like Connor said, the Governors will play a bigger role in the season finale. But yeah,
I think they'll appear in the. I think honestly they'll appear probably the last couple of seconds of the last episode.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But I really did like it, and the tiniest little plot thing that just annoyed me a tiny weeny bit was when Ram got his leg cut off, which was really good, like really dramatic. So I wasn't expecting.
That was amazing.
But and I think can I just say before I forget about it, the acting from this young cast is fantastic.
Yes.
Ram, even when I was finding Ram really annoying, he was brilliant. Like when his leg got cut off, you really felt his pain. I can't say well done enough to the cast. The cast is fantastic. But when his leg got cut off, it was really powerful, really like, oh my god, I can't believe that just happened. But then when the doctor showed up, he just gave him a new leg, and it's like, oh, it's like kind of like really.
Yeah, I was like, what the f when I saw that. I'm like, oh, come on.
Like, red button thing from Journey in the Center of the TARDIS, like, oh, we need to get out of this somehow because this character's got.
There's a reset button, right?
Let's just give him a leg. We've got some spare.
I would have hoped he would have gotten a leg somehow later in the season, like a second episode or something. You know, but I understand why they did it because then they're still living on Earth. They have to explain how 1 minute he has no leg and then he has a leg, and the only people that saw him without a leg is his friends.
They could have done it to a different character, such as like Mateus, Charlie's boyfriend. I think he's not a main character; he's a recurring character. And that would have more of an effect on Charlie, and it would have. I don't know. I just think it was a bit lost. I don't know. It was just.
I think it'll work with Ram because, as we'll talk about, episode 2 was a big.
It just didn't
change.
Sit well with me. It was kind of you could just tell they're like, oh, how do we fix this? Oh, let's just give him another leg. But
I have a problem with Miss Quill that it's not really defined how far she could go when it comes to a threat, because I thought the way it was that she could show no violence or hurt nobody, and I thought that's what it was. She couldn't even hold a gun. But then you see in episode 2, she throws the guy against the wall. So I'm like, I didn't understand that because I'm like, doesn't she have to get his permission to attack or something? Like, I don't understand that. So
against the wall to kiss him. So
I know that, but we're not going to get into the episode. But I'm just saying, like,
I'm just saying that's not an attack. And it's like,
well,
he says that she can only attack if Charlie's in danger, if it's a threat to Charlie.
But technically, pushing somebody into a wall, that's.
But it was meant in a romantic way, not in a like threatening manner.
Still, I think it's got to be. It's too much that they're going to break their own rules with that, because all of a sudden, we'll talk about episode 3, but after But I just think that they made it a little too constricted with that, when she can't, with her violence scale, and if she does, she dies instantly. I mean, he is the prince, he is the leader of his people. I'm sure that thing could obey him, whatever's in her brain, that she can't do those things. But we'll see. Connor, any other thoughts?
I just like all the characters. I mean, apart from Ram, who I think is a bit of a douche, particularly in episode 3, I thought he was actually quite annoying in episode 3. Other than that, like, Tanya is the Patrick Ness answer to the question, if you could write a Doctor Who companion, how would you write the Doctor Who companion? And I think Tanya is sort of the Patrick Ness answer to that question. April is sort of like the one that I think you're supposed to really feel sorry for, but then she, because of what happens to her, she gets a lot tougher, and suddenly she's kicking all the ass while the others are standing around thinking of more, I don't know, logical or practical ways of
I mean, it just seems like April and Tanya are stronger than the guys in a sense, because Tanya's kind of bringing everybody together. Like, she's the leader, but she's not. And you get this sense from Charlie that he likes April, but then he likes the guy, and it's like there's some type of connection with April's, with Charlie. I'm not saying romantic. It could have been, because she liked him at first. Yeah, but he could be like a Captain Jack character that he likes everything, you know. Which I really hope they don't do that, because I don't want a carbon copy of Captain Jack like that.
I don't think that's going to happen at all. I think April's a character which is like, she's got a massive heart. She's friendly to everyone. She wants to include everyone. Charlie was obviously new at Coal Hill. He was very like strange and odd. He doesn't understand anything. He was obviously mocked and bullied. She took him under her wing. I think that's how it happened. And
I honestly think that the boyfriend's going to die in the finale. Charlie's boyfriend.
I think that too. I think, but I think April saw it in a romantic way, but Charlie being gay didn't see it like that at all. Just spread.
All right, so what do you rate the episode, Connor?
I'll give it 8 out of 10.
Louie?
Probably a 7 out of 10.
I'm going to say 8.5 out of 10. So, all right. There we go with the Class Cast episode 1. We'll be back with episode 2. Thank you, Louie. Thank you, Connor.
Thank you.
For Tonight We May Die. Great titles, actually, by the way, too.
Yeah, very good titles.
That's not true. Yes, that's not true.
What do you mean?
We're not going to die tonight because we've got...
No, but that's the title. I'm saying I like the titles.
It was a joke, don't worry.
Yes. All right. Yes. Very good, Louie. Beat your keyboard a little more. Maybe you won't be able to talk on it. All right. Take care. Bye for now.